Good afternoon. I'm here to talk about Gina's informal assessment. So the assessment that I gave her actually involved an article. The name of the article was called "How Will Artificial Intelligence AI Change Our Lives?" It was a news article that I found. And the directions that I provided for Gina were, after reading the article, answer the following questions, citing text as evidence from the article. The skill that I was assessing is her ability to cite text evidence from the article. Then there were questions included, 5 questions that all came directly from the article itself. So I was unable to administer this assessment in person because I don't work at the high school and I did not have the amount of time that I needed to get over there. So I actually administered this via email. I work with her mom, so we worked something out. She typed the responses and emailed it back to me. I scored it based on whether or not she was able to use text evidence. So for the results, Gina was able to use text evidence in 3 of the 5 questions, or 60% of the questions. She struggled with number 5, and I feel like if I was able to administer this assessment in person, she would have understood what the question was asking. Gina is functioning at a grade level in English language arts, She needs to improve on her writing skills, providing evidence from the text, developing constructed responses with supporting details and more in-depth responses and analysis. Gina requires assistance with understanding more complex texts or concepts and responding in ways that show that she analyzed it and made connections. Her reading level, decoding sight and new words, reading aloud and with fluency, comprehension of text, read aloud texts, comprehension of on-level text, and answering basic factual questions and summarizing are all in the average range. She also needs to improve on making predictions and discerning main ideas and details in a paragraph. So Gina answered 80% of the questions correctly, but she only cited sources for 60% of the questions. I felt like this assessment was appropriate for her because it was written based on her IEP goal. If given again, I would make sure to give the assessment in person so I could see what she was doing, that she was doing the work herself, and give her the support as mentioned in her IEP. What I recommend next time is the use of a graphic organizer to highlight key details from each paragraph, examples at the top of how to cite text evidence, and then I would break the activity into smaller parts so it wasn't all in one sitting. So the student's strengths were that she was able to cite text evidence in 3 of the 5 questions and get 4 of the 5 questions correct. Her weaknesses were that she did struggle with comprehension of one of the questions and wasn't able to answer it based on the fact that she did not understand what the vocabulary in the question or the article were saying. So if she was able to use context clues to help her understand, she would have been more successful on that last question. As far as changes go, I would definitely make some changes next time. I would give an example of how to cite using text evidence. I would also give, being that Gina is an English language learner, she definitely needs more support with the use of sentence starters and frames. So I would definitely give her that opportunity if doing this assessment again. It did give me the information I was looking for, but not quite as much as I was hoping because I could not give this assessment to her in person. The results do correlate with what I found in her diagnostic summary in her folder. And so it ended up being an assessment that I would use over again. I would just change a few things about it.